All right, y'all, in this video, I'm gonna switch it up a little bit and I'm gonna be writing a verse from scratch, zero, nothing. And I'm gonna be doing this to participate in the current rap challenge I have called the Summertime Rap Verse Challenge. And if you happen to be watching this within a few days of me releasing this, the rap contest ends on the 15th of July. So make sure you get those submissions in and you have a possibility of being featured on the channel. Now I'll post a link to the submission page in the video description below. And the challenge is rapping over an instrumental that I produced called Funky. That's a big part of the challenge, actually, is it's not a typical rap instrumental. So a lot of people may struggle to rap over an instrumental like that. That's one of the reasons why I picked it. But also just trying to rap on the topic of summertime, anything nostalgic from your past, whatever comes to mind when you think of summertime, that type of vibe. You know, that's the challenge. So I'm going to be participating in it by writing this verse. And so as of now, I have a blank page. There's nothing written down. And I'm going to just document the creative process. I'm in the process right now of actually finishing up this songwriting course. You're going to see me using so many of these techniques that I've been teaching about in the songwriting course called How to Write a Rap Song from Start to Finish. So you're going to see that in action, but I'll be documenting the whole process and just showing me working from scratch. So without further ado, let's just jump right into it. All right, so the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go grab the instrumental, drop it into the old DAW here. And this instrumental is 112 beats per minute. I'm just gonna put that in, make sure it's aligned into the grid correctly. 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna move this over a little bit. There we go. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Perfect. All right, I'm just gonna identify where my verse is at. Comes in right 1, 2, 3, 4, boom, right here. There's a drop right there, boom. Boom. Da-da-da-da. This is going to be a 16 bar verse. Now I'm just going to vibe out, start getting some musical ideas for some scats, see if any lyrics are coming to mind. Let me make sure I have my document loaded up here. Blank page, as you can see, nothing is written down at this point. And I'm just looking for those sparks, not being overly judgmental. I'm just going to start letting stuff come through and I'm going to start playing off of it. Already got the theme of everything, you know, obviously with it being summertime. So I got something to play off of in that regard. All right, let's get it. I live with the brat the phone time. Hoping that the break with the black with the phone rhyme. It's that throw the 5 but the beat on 4. I'm with the rat, the potato from the breathe with the flow. Hey, I'm Blake from the brashing, tote breaking, 5 to potassium. All up from the pay to me packing. Pop, 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 on the rate to me cacking. I'm on the rave with the back roll, but I keep it on the break. I'm on the brave with the black flow. I'm see the baby on the brave with the flat fold, but I keep it on the break. It's on the brave with the cat coat. I'm blade on the breako, sit back on the beto. Give it the breaker, breaking it, bleed on top of the payco. I'm blazing the rave with the payco to my takeo. Hit up on the river and I live on top of the payco on the flakes with the bacon. I'm for the tation. I'm putting the cat to brave on top of your bacon. I'm pro the bros, the bait on back. I want a J on sack on Ray on pack. I got a good vibe for the track. Got a lot of different ideas I can play around with the rap flow. So now I'm just going to be thinking about what I actually want to say now. So I'm just ignoring rap flow for a moment. And now I'm just going to be starting to play around with concepts and different places I can write from now that I got some musical ideas kind of in my head. So I'm going to go to my little pad here and just start playing around with some stuff. And sometimes I don't even write this stuff down. I may just get the idea and I'll go ahead and just start recording it. So whatever. Wait for another time. When the rap, when the break, the pump around. I find the braid up on the rhyme, but slap on the river of the brown like summertime. Ain't a flap on the plation. Back in the days on the breath on the patient. Back in the day when I was lation. Float when the breath on the place. So I'm thinking about how I'm gonna start the verse now. I'm already coming, like letting some words come through. And sometimes I'll do that. I'll think about the verbiage I want to use and I'll start letting that kind of play into the scat. Back in the day when I was flation. Put up with the brass and the braid to your patient. Back in the day when I was younger, feed up when the brass, the lay for top in the floor. Back in the day when I was a little one, from the radar any brighter to me could have run. I'm kind of liking that idea of like going back when I was younger and thinking about some crazy summer, maybe something crazy happened, maybe being mischievous, out of school, nothing but time on your hands. And yeah, and then everything doesn't have to be 100% factual. I can make it more entertaining by exaggerating truth or just making stuff up about a fictitious, crazy summertime. You can do whatever you want when you're writing, you know? When the braid don't flow, just thinking out loud. When the braid up on the braid on toe, up on the back in the summertime. I'm on the line. Back in the day when I was 8, finna when you breathe it for time like in the pay. I was back in the day when it was longer. Use it when you rap and never. Younger, summer, I like that. I may run with that. Back in the day when I was younger, flake from the river to prime, it was the summer. Flake from the river to time, a ray flying, I'm gonna go with that right now. Back in the day when I was younger, feed up with the bride for race up in the summer. Back in the day with flake when I was younger, the year of 96 on the break for the plumber. But I'm thinking of getting specific year-wise or just kind of keeping it general, but I like that, and younger. Back in the day when I was younger, on the mumble, for the rum, for the hunger. Back in now I'm just playing around with a rhyme scheme placement. Back in the blast while I'm scatting. Back in the day when I was younger, for the summer, from the rump to the plumber. Back in the day when I was just a little younger, vivid the bright stuff and the cater to your tumbler. I've erased it from the Reddit to your pumper. Now I'm playing around with the placement of the rhymes. Again, making it land later. Back in the day, up from the Reddit to your back in the day when I was just a little younger, even did the brace to your pumper. Back in the day when I was just a little younger, even the brunette for the pasta for your tumbler. Used to win the braid like get by, so read don't step. I'ma push it back like that. Back in the day when I was just a little younger, leaving the bride from the braider to your tumbler. How about the bride from the braid to your lumber? Or I could drive a car and I'm even back in the day when I was just a little younger, before I had a fall from the ball from your plumber. Hey, but a little younger. I'm thinking like before I could drive a car, before I had the freedom as an adult, going back to that time as a kid, the things that I used to do. That's what I'm thinking right now is a concept. Back in the day when I was just a little younger, before I could drive a car, before when I was just a little younger, before I could hit the strip and get it for your plumber. When I was just a little younger, even the bribe for the scheming to get the back in the day when I was just a little younger, even the bribe for the one thing I'm thinking of is number. So like scheming of ways to get a girl's number. That's one thing I'm playing around, number. Even the days when I was just a little younger, before I could hit the whip. Now I'm still thinking about before I could drive a car, before I had a whip, I was slipping the blunder. Back in the day when I was just a little younger, before I had a whip, I'm bidding your longer. Another thing tricky about this instrumental is the speed of the tempo. With it being 112 beats per minute, it's a lot faster than the typical instrumental is, which is another challenge for you to come up with cadences that fit it, and you have to leave enough space to where things aren't too cramped since the tempo is so quick. That's another challenge in there. And another thing too I would say about an instrumental like this is a lot of times us as rappers have a tendency to try to fit a full thought in every single bar, and you don't have to do that, and especially not over an instrumental like this where it's so fast, you know, you can feel it even more cramped for space to put a full thought within a bar. So on this, I may give myself a little bit more room to kind of express a thought over multiple bars if I need to, so it's not so cramped. Back in the day when I was just a little younger, before I have on the rape and the plumber, having the blind under your umber. Back in the day when I was just a little younger, before I could drive a car, living in your plumber, before I could drive a car, before I could drive a car, before I could drive, I like that, but I don't know if there's something I can say on the second end of that rhyme that would rhyme with younger, so I'm gonna try to explore that. Before I could drive a car and leave it your plumber, people to drive a car, meet us in your tumbler. Another thing too I'm doing right now is I know I want to use the word summer, but I don't want to use it so early. That's another thing I'm doing intentionally. I already have summer in my head that I'm gonna rhyme with younger, number and stuff like that, so I'm gonna write that down here. Back in the day when I was just a little younger, before I could drive a car and get up in your number, before I could live up in the number. Yeah. Back in the day when I was just a little younger, before I could drive a car and get up in your summer. See me the drive of the road like Dumb and Dumber. Dumb and Dumber. That could definitely tie into this somewhere, because I was definitely doing some stupid stuff as a kid. Back in the day when I was just a little younger, hanging out with my boys, call us Dumb and Dumber. Hanging out with my homie, you could call us Dumb and Dumber. Back in the day when I was just a little younger, hanging with my homie, you could call us Dumb and Dumber. People the bribe and the brave and tumble tumble. How about you the bride trying to girl girl's number? People the broke and the badaff and the rumble. People the brass, the badaff is trying to come up. Back in the day when I was just a little younger, giving the bribe and the brace just trying to come up. Younger, come up is a slant rhyme. I could use that. Young, come up. Younger, young, come up. I could potentially use that. Come up. Live at the blast, I want to race in the tongue up. Drive a car and trying to wait to come. Back in the day when I was just a little younger, before I could drive a car, just trying to wait to come up. Back in the day when I was just a little younger, before I could drive a car, I'm trying to find a come up. Hit it for knives, the bonnets, the fun to know. Before I could drive a car, I like that. Thinking about using come up next to drive a car. Like before I could drive a car, I'm trying to find a way to come up, trying to find a way to hustle. Back in the day when I was just a little younger, before I could drive a car, just trying to fade to come up, before I could definitely. This line is already starting to feel kind of dense. So I'm thinking instead of saying before, I could say before I could drive a car. Instead of saying before, I could say for. Back in the day when I was just a little younger, before I could drive a car, I was trying to learn the none. Back in the day when I was just a little younger, before I could drive a car, just trying to find a come up. Before I could drive a car, scheming ways for me to come up. Before I could drive a car, scheming ways for me to come up. So you know what I'm saying? It's getting kind of dense. I could rap that fast, but it's on the edge of being a little bit too much. Never the younger, with the rap or the brace that would the come up. But I like where this line is going. Before I could drive a car, just scheming for ways to come up. I'm not gonna use scheming because I may use that with girls' numbers. I'm thinking here. Well, I don't have to use scheming up ways to get a girl's number. I can still say that in a different way if I want to use scheme for this line right here. Before I could drive a car, scheming for ways to come up. Back in the day when I was just a little younger, before I could drive a car, scheming ways for the come up. Before I could drive a car, I'm even in the number. And what I was saying earlier too, I'm keeping that in mind here, is I don't have to put this full thought in this bar if I don't have to. If it's getting too cramped, I could just give myself another bar to say that, what I'm trying to say. Hey, when I was just a little younger, before I could drive a car, bend up in your tongue. Before I could drive a car, send it in your lung, like that. Before I could drive a car, beat up in your lung. Before I could drive a car, sit up in your tongue, raving the pat of Boston. Before I could drive a car, stuck up in a slumber, keeping the blast up in your plumber. Slumber. Before I could drive a car, stuck in a slumber. Before I could drive a car, I was stuck in a slumber. Before I could drive a car, I was stuck in a slumber. Seeking the ways for me to come up. Back in the day when I was just a little younger, before I could drive a car, I was stuck in a slumber. When the brave for the plumber, feeling with the bride from the prey, it was summer. And I may say summer at the end of this 4-bar section right here. As a way to kind of move the narrative and make a point to kind of keep the listener feeling like, hey, we're going somewhere here. When the bride from the prey, it was summer. The year of 96. The year of 96 in the summer. I was stuck in a slumber. And I like this too because I'm describing how old I was. I'm describing before I could drive a car. I'm describing a problem, being stuck in a slumber. I couldn't drive a car, so I'm setting myself up for me to go somewhere with this. And I'm creating a problem for me to now try to solve with something. That's what I'm going for right here. Back in the day when I was just a little younger, before I could drive a car, I was stuck in a slumber. Come up on the rap on the plumber, beat up on the rape and race for me to come up. I was stuck in the slumber, scheming up ways for me to come up. I like that. Scheming. So before I was gonna use scheming with girls, but I think I'm gonna use it here. Back in the day when I was just a little younger, before I could drive a car, I was stuck in a slumber, scheming up ways for me to come up. Beat up with the rap on the brace in the summer. And it was hot as the summer. Beat up on the radar trying to get up in the bummer. I was thinking about using the analogy of a girl I was trying to holler at and saying she was hotter than the summer. That could tie in another way of saying what time of year it was. The way it's really come up. It's a video come up. The girl up on the radar, she was hotter than the summer. I like that I also am saying I'm a little younger so I can have fun with this and go crazy with it because it's understood like, okay, this is not current adult, responsible, mature Cole. This is younger Cole. So I can have fun with that and then like take some liberties to have fun with it. Wait for me to come up, crushing over Stacy, she was hotter than the summer. Feed the one that out of rail, even if you're bummer. Scheming on the raven, the river to get a number. Even the bribe, I could be the patient. Yeah. So I'm thinking right now so far is the scheme is like how to win over this girl and impress her and probably end up doing something really stupid and ridiculous. And I don't know, maybe learning a lesson from it. I don't know, that's kind of what I'm thinking about right now in my head. A fool in love, young and dumb. That's what I'm thinking right now, Dumb and Dumber, young and dumb. Back in the day when I was just a little younger, before I could drive a car, I was stuck in a slumber, scheming up ways for me to come up. Having the brave and the plumber, if and the come up. Year was 96, it was the middle of the summer. Scheming up ways for me to come up. The year of 96, it was mid of the summer. Even in the palm up, year of 96, it was mid. I like year of 96, the mid of the summer. Year of 96, 6, mid, got an internal rhyme there. Year from the plumber, year of 96, it was mid of the summer. And that's not a normal way you would hear it said, which I kind of like. It's still obvious enough, but I get that internal rhyme. In the mid of the summer. In the mid from the plumber. Year of 96 in the mid of the summer. All right, in the mid, I like that. In the mid sounds more natural than it was mid of the summer. In the mid of the summer is the comma. Year 96 in the mid of the summer. Back in the day when I was just a little younger, before I could drive a car, I was stuck in a slumber, scheming up ways for me to come up. Year 96 in the mid of the summer. I like that. I'm gonna go ahead and record that. Back in the day when I was just a little younger, before I could drive a car, I was stuck in a slumber, scheming up ways for me to come up. Year 96 in the mid of the summer. All right, I got rid of a word. Instead of saying before, I said for. I was thinking about that earlier. Like it was getting kind of dense on that line there. Back in the day when I was just a little younger, before I could drive a car, I was stuck in a slumber, scheming up ways for me to come up. Year 96 in the mid of the summer. It's getting there. I want to finesse it a little bit more. That second line still bothers. I really want to say before I could drive a car. And so I may make an edit or something so I can pull that off. I'm going to keep that last recording just in case I need a reference to it. All right, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to punch in. So that way I can come in on the tail end word of younger. And then I can still fit my before in there the way I want to. Back in the day when I was just a little younger. And then we'll get rid of that last recording. In a slumber. Hey, when I was just a little younger, before I could drive a car, I was stuck in a slumber, scheming up ways for me to come up. Year of 96 in the mid of the summer. I like that. I like the delivery too of how I say mid of the summer. Up. Year of 96 in the mid of the summer. I live with raised the fly by rumber. Feed it when the bribe with the blades some tumber. For the one the grades on the graph and the blumber. Scheming up ways of the braves to get a number. Up. Here I'm continuing to scat other ideas of lyrics like you've already seen me write down, like little words like dumb and dumber, number, stuff like that. I'm still incorporating those words in my scat as I continue writing. Scheming up ways to get a number, feeding the ways of the ways to get a number. I live in the brass of in the blumber, scheming the ways and the ways to get a number. Thinking of ways of a taste of in your longer, coming in waves of a raving in your rumble. Up. Year of 96 in the mid of the summer. Leaving the hot girls, I'm leaving the brief, I'm topping the brief. And I'm thinking of summer, things that are associated with summer. So like heat, hot, that would also tie into a girl if I'm crushing over a girl. So like saying she's hot, catching waves, temperature, pools, beaches, random stuff that's coming to my mind right now. Year of 96 in the mid of the summer. Even the puddle ground, feet of the dash, I wanna relay, motor ground, for the poop forth, and even your post found, fed up the members up on the river, and the cold ground, and fight up in your brain, caught up in no stove, living it with the break up on the grabbing the pump roll, but living the PayPal. I'm gonna take a second here and just think about this for a moment. So you can see here, I didn't really do any brainstorming before I began writing because I already had a concept with this being a rap challenge about summertime and something nostalgic and stuff like that. So now where I'm at right now, I'm pretty much at a point where I'm wanting to take this in the direction of trying to impress a girl. That's kind of where I'm at now. This isn't an actual true story of anything that I experienced in my childhood. It's something fictitious I'm thinking about writing, of creating a fun story. That's where I'm at right now. Or, I mean, I could go realistic and still think of something in this time where I was scheming up ways to make money, which I did do as a kid. So I'm just kind of pondering. This is a pretty big part of the verse right here, because what I write next is really going to determine where this thing goes, which is why I'm taking a step back right now and just kind of thinking about that from a storyboard kind of perspective, because I haven't gone in the direction of the female yet. Don't have to. It's just kind of where what ideas have come to mind thus far. But I could talk about some type of scheme I had going on to get money back in the day. Doing this is important. Like, notice how I just cut off the music. Got 4 bars down already. Got the verse started, which is one of the more difficult parts. It's cooking. We got some momentum going. Now where do we take it from here? I do that dance. So I focus on music. I focus on the cadences, and I just shut it all off and say, screw all that for a moment. What do I want to say? What do I want to go with this? And then I can make it all work once I tap back into the music and start scatting again. That's the real way you create that balance with the rap flow and the cadences and the rhyme schemes and all that, while also maintaining what you really want to say. You gotta focus on all those things, but give them their proper amounts of time to focus on them. Focusing on one of those too much can cause you to neglect the other. So it's good to set one to the side from time to time and focus on the other and then bring them back together. Scheming up ways for me to come up. Year of 96 in the mid of the summer. Instead of saying year of 96, I want to say the year of 96. And it waits for me to come up, the year of 96 in the mid of the summer. Back in the day when I was just a little younger, before I could drive a car, I was stuck in a slumber. Scheming it waits for me to come up, the year of 96 in the mid of the summer. I remember back in the day when raised up for the young. One interesting thing I'm doing here is I've placed my rhyme on the first beat. Let me just play this back for you real quick. Back in the day when I was just a little young lands on the beginning of the first beat of the next bar. And I was just a little younger. It's pretty cool. I like that. I want to keep that placement because that's a part of the groove that I've created with my rap flow and rhyme scheme placement and stuff like that. I just felt like I wanted to come in earlier just because I feel like I'm waiting for me to come in, and I want to kind of lead in a little bit earlier, so I don't feel like I'm just kind of like, where you at, Cole? Where you at? So I'm feeling like I just want to fill in the beginning of this first bar a little bit more and kind of keep everything where it's set, but like just fill it in with some more words. I remember back in the day, would say when I was just a little younger, before I could drop. Notice how I'm scatting as I'm doing that as well to get everything in the right place. I remember back in the day when I was just a little younger. I remember back in the day when I was just a little younger. I remember back in the day when I was just a little younger. I remember back in the day when I was just a little younger. I remember back in the day when I was just a little younger. I remember all the way back in the day when I was just a little younger. I remember back in the day when I was just a little younger. I think I want to stack that too. Scheming up ways for me to come up, the year of 96 in the mid of the summer. Mid of the summer. Create me a stack track down here. I remember back in the day when I was just a little younger. Before I could drive a car, I was stuck in a slumber. I remember back in the day when I was just a little younger. Before I could drive a car, I was stuck in. Before I could drive a car, I'm still feeling out that second bar is like a little too dense. I'm still want to like maybe rephrase it so it's just a little bit less dense, I'm thinking. And I was just a little younger, timid and brave but never lumber. And I was just a little younger. Before I could drive, I was stuck in a slumber. I could say before I could drive a car. I could say before I could drive, I was stuck in a slumber. And I was just a little younger. Before I could drive, I was stuck in a slumber. Yeah, I'm gonna go drive instead of drive a car. Before I could drive, that'll let me get the before in there. Before I could drive, I don't have to say drive a car in order to still say the same thing. Before I could drive, I was stuck in a slumber. Day when I was just a little younger. Before I could drive, I was stuck in a slumber. I was stuck in a slumber. Scheming up ways for me to come up the year. I remember back in the day when I was just a little younger. Before I could drive, I was stuck in a slumber. Scheming up ways for me to come up the year of 96 in the mid of the summer. Ate up and rolled around, feeding us the bass on the drain like old account. Fed up on the rap on the rip and the pound a pound. Feed it one never stop on the rain up and hold around. The year of 96 in the mid of the summer. Looking for gold pound, feed it on the radar from the radar for total ground. Hide up on the beta from the raven to bow it down. Wish it was a vibe on the ravens are going down. It's in the mid of the summer. It was slipping and going down. Temperature was going up, but it was going down. Feed it on the brow like that. up and down. The temperature was going up, it was going down. Feet up, that's that juxtaposition right there. Up and down. The temperature was going up, so you know it was going down. I like that. The temperature was going up, so you know it was going down. 6 in the mid of the summer. I'm a rate for tenderness. Hate up on my rise, on my day, I'm a dinner piss. How that will go, so on the rate of an enemies. Mothers have a lot of on the rate of an interface. But even a bravo, but rate of an enemies. Hate up on top over, rate of a manifest. The blind and the prop, I want to rate of the penniless. I'm thinking another idea I was thinking of the word Genesis, Sega Genesis. This could be a part of the story I'm telling is like maybe me conjuring up the money to buy a video game. Let me see a couple of games I was really into back in the day. Mortal Kombat. What year did Mortal Kombat 1 came out? Early 90s, I think. Like 92. Mortal Kombat 2 release date. 94. Mortal Kombat 3 was 95. 3 was the jump. I'm thinking about I may tie into that. Instead of going the girl angle, I may go that route. That's a little bit more true to really where I was at that time. I wasn't chasing girls that young. I was chasing video games. I was trying to get that new Mortal Kombat. Okay, so Mortal Kombat 3 was still popping off around there. So maybe I was trying to get my money up to get this Mortal Kombat 3 game. And maybe I got into some stuff to try to get this video game. And when did it release? Gotta make sure my stuff is accurate. Okay, it didn't release until October. So it wouldn't have been released in the summer. So yeah, maybe it's 96 and I'm still trying to get my hands on that Mortal Kombat 3. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm trying to get an MK3. I literally was doing stuff like that as a kid. I remember when the first Mortal Kombat came out, I was doing all types of stuff to try to get money, man. Digging through couches, cutting grass, any little side job I could get into, I was trying to get it. So I could get my little $50, $60 together to get that video game. Cause I lost my freaking mind when I seen that first commercial come on TV. Dang. I was like, they had Bruce Lee in it, you know? That was Liu Kang. I said, they got Bruce Lee in the video game. I gotta get Mortal Kombat. Fatality. Yeah, that's my childhood. I think I'm gonna go that direction. I think that'll be fun. MK3 on the Sega Genesis. So not chasing girls, I'm chasing video games, which really is more true to my childhood at that time. That's what I really was. I'm trying to go to the arcade. I'm trying to get my coins up. I'm trying to play the new Mortal Kombat. I was so into Mortal Kombat as a kid. So I'm definitely going Mortal Kombat. Year 96 in the mid of the summer. Give us temperature going up, so getting those going down. Temperature's going up, so it's going down. Temperature's going up, you know that it's going down. Keeping the rate for top on the rate of the total. I like the temperature's going up, so you know that it's going down. Go down, up to the pit of the pit of the turn around. Going down. Get rid of some of this other stuff that I was writing down earlier, but I've been using, so I can get rid of some of this. Skimming over summer. Already got summer. When the party to the see, I'm also writing down like little ideas of words I can rhyme, just kind of set them to the side. When the people that blaze a bit of time. I was stuck in the slumber, scheming up ways for me to come up. The year 96 in the mid of the summer. Temperature was going up, so you know that it's going down. Leaving the rate of pop. Always really important too when I'm working on new lines. I'm going back and playing what I already recorded so I can make sure I understand where I ended at. So when I pick back up, it all fits together well. I'm not like rapping too much on top of myself or anything like that. 96 in the mid of the summer. MK3 on the pin A3, tripping on some MK3. How to flip it on the baby on the pin A3, on some Mortal Kombat 3, Mortal Kombat 3, but no that P. On the 7 on the baby at the arcade, yeah, but the arcade, hit it to the party. I don't wanna realize I'm about 96 in the mid of the summer. Temperature's going up, so you know that it's going down. Off and no flow, got an arcade in the town. The temperature's going up, so you know it was going down. Temperature's going up, so you know it was going down. Temperature's going up. Temperature's going up, so you know it was going down. Temperature's going up, so you know it was going down. It's in the mid of the summer. From the ride like toe. Hit it roll from the rhyme, jump in at 5-4. I'm from the break on the ride. I'm thinking about 6 in the mid of the summer. I'm thinking about how I used to get rides to the arcade back in the day because my babysitter at the time would take us. She was really cool. And she had a 5.0 Mustang, and she had a CD player, which was like, no one really had CD players. It was popular, but it was a big deal to get one. It was still somewhat of a kind of a new thing, at least for me as a kid. You know, it was kind of going from cassette tapes to CD players. So this was around the time I got my first like boom box. And I remember getting rides from my babysitter to the arcade. It's like, get your money saved up and you go there and you blow it so fast. You run through them quarters so fast. Be so disappointed, like, dang, man, I'm broke that fast. Been over here running through all these couches, get my coin up. They just taking it. The year of 96 in the mid of the summer. Give it to summer, so you know what's going is going down. Got my babysitters, give me a ride to town. We been the rape, I sip at the bar rate. Flow from the ride, from the rate in the tar rate. Year of 96 in the mid of the summer. The babysitters at home. I gotta be in the brook. I gotta rave at the cone. On the bro from the rave of my fatality. I'm on the rave this is an MK3. NJ3 from the black from the blades from my party. On the my arcade. MK3, MB3. I don't want to brace the Mortal Kombat 3. On the floor from the brave for the MAB. On the fly from the rave for the MAG. My MA key for I don't want to Ben AT. NAC for after the MK3. On the fly from the rated to my NJ key. MBT. How to my MBT. Mid of the summer. I'm from the bride like a Ben A3. Heading to the arcade to play the MK3. On the fly from the rated from the salad G. And if I get lucky, I'ma see a fatality. On the blow, let me 6 in the mid of the summer. I'm from the ride like an MB3. Digging in couches, even in NAG, been in free, year of 96 in the mid of the summer. From the ride like an MB3, trying to get my coin up to play the NT3 of the summer. I'm from the brass and my MBP, trying to get me a flake from the MK3. How to float down the rail like MBP. I gotta get my money up to play the MK3. I'm from the mid of the summer. I'm from the rail like MBP. I gotta get my coin up to play the MK3. How to float from the rail like MBGNAP. Coin is hit him on, ask him to join us. I gotta get my coin up. I hit my homie, asking them to join us. I remember back in the day when I was just a little younger. Before I could drive, I was stuck in the slumber, scheming up ways for me to come up. The year of 96 in the mid of the summer. Back in the day when I was just a little younger, feeling the brace. I remember back in the day when I was just a little younger. Before I could drive, I was stuck in the slumber, scheming up ways for me to come up. The year of 96 in the mid of the summer. Even living the braves to get my coin up. Having the ways of me to join us. How to wave at the blind to get my coin up. I want to run on the Baylight Dream. I try to fly from the ray to get me some ice cream. I on the flake. 96 in the mid of the summer. Definitely ice cream was a big part too. Definitely want ice cream in the summer. Yeah. Ice cream, snacks. The currency of children. 6 in the mid of the summer. Stacking my money like MB3. Put a photo on the raven, nothing bad I believe. Digging in couches, hit it when they bid A3. 6 in the mid of the summer. Stacking my money cause it's MB3. Year of 96 in the mid of the summer. Stacking my money like I'm being paid 3. In A3. Stacking my money, I'm reading like an NJT. Year of 96 in the mid of the summer. Stacking my money like it been paid 3. Digging in couches, hit up on the side of the street. Stacking my money like it's in DT, digging in couches for change. I'm on the BBD, digging in couches for change. Couches for change. Digging in couches for change in the VAT. Stacking my money cause I've been a funny PMAG. Fun about it. Stacking my money cause I've been a reader MAG. I'm about to see it on the radar from the bin of a T. I'm from the rider imitator on the bin of the T. My money cause I'm only like this MAG. On the ride I am because stacking my money cause I just got the MAV, this Game Pro MAG. Stacking my money cause I just got my game MAG. I've been reading my Game Pro MAG. Stacking my money cause I've been reading my MAG. Learning all these A's even if it. Stacking my money cause I've been learning my MAG from magazine. Stacking my money cause I've been reading the magazine. I've been reading my Game Pro MAG. Stacking my money, I've been reading my Game Pro MAG, learning key codes in the MAG. I've been reading my Game Pro MAG, in the code MAG. I'm mid of the summer. I was reading my Emerald mid of the summer. Reading mid of the summer. Reading my Game Pro MAG. Mid of the summer. Reading my Game Pro MAG. Reading my Game Pro mid of the summer. Reading my Game Pro MAG. Then the fly from the ribbon of the braille on T. Read mid of the summer. Studying my Game Pro MAG. Studying, reading, studying Game Pro MAG. Yeah, studying Game Pro MAG. Studying Game Pro MAG. Reading M-A-G. Studying Game Pro, M-A-G. Yeah, Studying Game Pro, M-A-G. Studying Game Pro. Studying Game Pro, M-A-G. This is what we used to do. We used to study Game Pro magazines and stuff, learning cheat codes and fatalities, and go to the arcade and show them off. Studying Game Pro, M-A-G. Learning all the other skills and fatality. Studying Game Pro, M-A-G. On the MK3, I'm on the M. Studying Game Pro, M-A-G. On the MK3. Studying Game Pro, M-A-G. A don't see. Studying Game Pro, M-A-G for MK3, flip mentality, yeah. Studying Game Pro, M-A-G for MK3, moves and fatalities. Game Pro, MKG for MK3, combos, fatality. MK3, combos. MK3 for MK combos and fatality. Studying Game Pro, M-A-G for MK3, combos, fatalities. Fatalities up on the video, on the NLM. Studying Game Pro, M-A-G for MK3, combos, fatalities, and probably B to the end of baby fatalities, and even those are these and reality. Mid of the summer, studying Game Pro, M-A-G, MK3, combos and fatalities. Cause I'm from the brave on the bit like peak, trying to avenge my loss that I had last week. Mid of the summer, studying Game Pro, M-A-G, MK3, combos and fatalities. Cause I got a break up on the ballot feet, trying to avenge the loss that I had last week. I like that, trying to avenge my loss. Trying to avenge the loss that I had last week. Ain't no M-A-G, MK3, combos and fatalities. I wanna Game Pro, M-A-G, MK3, combos and fatalities. Trying to avenge the loss that I had last week. So I could, with these 3 lines, this could be the final 3 bars of this quadrant, and I can go back and write another first line right here. Cause I like how this is flowing. I still need one more bar. Studying Game Pro, M-A-G, and MK3, combos and fatalities. Trying to avenge the loss that I had last week. So maybe I can come in with another line on the first bar of this quadrant. Mid of the summer, I'm from the Brad, I'm an MVP, studying Game Pro, M-A-G, and MK3, combos and fatalities, trying to avenge the loss that I had last week. Yeah, I like that. I had something on my MAT, studying Game Pro, M-A-G, and MK3, combos and fatalities, trying to avenge the loss that I had last week. Year 96 in the mid of the summer. Yeah, so something's on my mind, I'm thinking for the first line. I got something on my mind, something I got going on
Year
internally.
96 in the mid of the summer.
On my H-E-A-D. I got something in my, something going through my H-A. I got something going through my H-E-A-D. Studying Game Pro, M-A-G, and the MK3 combo F-A-T. I got a rhyme on the B-N-A-P. Studying Game Pro in the magazine.
Mid of the summer.
When the braid never leave on bleed. Studying my Game Pro magazine.
Mid of the summer.
I'm in the braid like I been on pre. When the draft, I'm gonna change the second line a little bit more now, since it's not the first line. So I need to fill it in a little bit more. I can feel it.
Mid of the summer.
I put the braid up on the bid on bleed. Studying my Game Pro magazine.
Mid of the summer.
There's something running through my H-E-A-D. I don't like that flow as much on that.
Mid of the summer.
There's something through my H-A-D.
Mid of the summer.
There's something running through my H-A-D.
Mid of the summer.
Something running through my
Mid of the summer.
Something running through my H-E-A-D.
Mid of the summer.
Something running through my H-E-A-D.
Mid of the summer.
I got something on my heart, ain't fee. When I wanna rail on my part, AP. There's something on my heart, I got AP.
Mid of the summer.
There's something on my heart that's heavy B. Study game.
Mid of the summer.
I got something on my heart heavy. Yeah, that could work. M-A-G, heavy.
Mid of the summer.
My heart was weighing pretty heavy. Bet it on the rhythm. Yeah, I like that. Just gotta fill it in a little bit more. My heart was weighing pretty. My heart was weighing pretty heavy. There was something on my heart that was real heavy. Let me make sure that's lining up though.
Mid of the summer.
Yeah, it's too much.
Mid of the summer.
There was something that was real heavy. Something that was on my heart, it was real heavy.
Mid of the summer.
Something on my
Mid of the summer.
I had it.
Mid of the summer.
Something was on my heart, real heavy. studying my
mid of the summer,
I had something on my heart heavy.
mid of the summer,
There was something on my heart heavy.
mid of the summer,
There was something on my heart heavy.
mid of the summer,
There was something.
mid of the summer,
There was something on my heart heavy. So I study it.
mid of the summer,
There was something on my heart heavy. There was something on my heart. Something on my heart heavy. There was something on my heart heavy.
mid of the summer,
There was something on my heart heavy. So I started studying Game Pro MAG.
mid of the summer,
There was something on my heart heavy. So I started. So what I'm thinking in my mind right now, just so you know where I'm at, is the storyboard I have in my head right now is a story about me avenging my loss at an arcade playing Mortal Kombat. That's what I'm thinking. So at this point, I'm studying Game Pro magazine, which is a really popular magazine I used to love reading as a kid, and that's what would have all the special moves and combos and fatalities in this case. And so I got my butt whooped, and now I'm like, okay, time to go back, get back to training, and get ready to avenge my loss. That's the essence of this. And then just the struggle of like getting the money together and going to the arcade, and just that whole time was like so cool. You know, that was a big part of my childhood, is like arcade. Loved going to the arcade. And you go there and there was older kids, and they just lived at the arcade. So those like super experienced at playing these games would just sit back and watch in awe. Like, man, these are like professional Mortal Kombat players. They know all the moves, man. That we used to idolize them, like they were just like the Michael Jordans or something of the arcade. So that's where my head's at. I think that's gonna work awesome. Then from here, I'm just thinking in my head, the only thing is, do I avenge my loss at the end? Do I even state that I avenged my loss? You know, it also depends too if this is just a verse or maybe I decide making this a whole song. That will dictate how I end my verse maybe. So yeah, I don't know. My current plan is just to write a verse. So I'm just gonna stick to a verse for now. I'm gonna write this like I'm just writing a verse, and then later on, if I need to, I can go back and tweak it. If I decide to make a song out of it. MAV, started studying Game Pro MAG. I like how that flows. I'm gonna take so out. So I started studying MAV, started studying Game Pro MAG. On the fly from the rave from the MAV, started studying Game Pro MAG and MK3 MAG for MK3 combos and fatalities. For MAG for MK3 combos and fatalities.
mid of the summer, mid of the summer,
There was something on my heavy.
year 96 in the mid of the summer,
There was something on my heart heavy. Started studying Game Pro MAG for MK3 combos and fatalities. Trying to avenge the lost. Yeah,
year 96 in the mid of the summer,
There was something on my heart heavy. Started studying Game Pro MAG for MK3 combos and fatalities. Trying to avenge the loss that I had last week. There we go. I like that. We halfway through the verse now. For MK3 combos and fatalities. Trying to avenge the loss that I had last week. I'm with the Bravo, but a Rayco, but a Raycon, but a Baco, but a Reven and Raven top of Raider popping your Baco. I'm better but taste of the task of trying to avenge the loss. And now the line that I had, temperatures going up so you know that it's going down, is that fits now, because it's like, okay, we're building towards something. Like something is about to happen. So that line would make sense if I use that at this point. I'm thinking I might make this into a song, and in the verse will be going to the arcade. That's what I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna write the verse, and it's gonna be covering my favorite pastime as a kid, which is exactly what I'm talking about, playing video games and stuff. But I'm not gonna finish the story on this verse. I'm gonna end it with me going to the arcade to avenge my loss and get my money up and stuff like that. I think that's how I'm gonna end it right now. He's trying to avenge the loss that I had last week. I got a Rayfo, but a Baco, but a Raycon, but a Baco, but a Reef and a Raven top and Raycon top of your Blakeco. I'm avenge the loss that I had last week. I'm on the flavor on the Liu Kang, a Riley on the Boofang, a Reef in the blast of the taste of your toucan. Even the pride flow, but living to blow it down. The temperature's going up, so you know that it's going down, going down. That might be a good ending line. The temperature's going up, so you know. At first it was going down, so you know that it's going down. That actually is a dope finishing line for this verse. Temperature's going up, so you know that it's. I'm gonna go ahead and record that actually. The very end of my verse. The temperature's going up on the pip in the portal. The temperature's going up, so you know that it's going down. Dun, 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 dun. I almost got this verse written. Almost done. It's trying to avenge the loss that I had last week. I'm on the brave bones, a spare change, a rope on the pair ring, above on the rate for where rake is a fair pain. Loss that I had last week. I'm digging for couches for spare change, rolling the pair veins, drop on the brick coast, the fake ends, the pair Now I'm getting my money up. It's going down. I'm about to get my knowledge up. I'm going to training. Time to start stacking my chips, to get my money up to go back and avenge this loss. That's what I'm thinking. The temperature's going up, so you know that it's going down. I'm digging in couches for spare change, really into pair lane. I like that. I'm digging in couches. I'm digging in couches. You roll that off the tongue very easily. I'm digging in couches for spare change, really into pair range. I like that. Spare change, live in the pair range. Loss that I had last week. I'm digging in couches for spare change, flow flows, inboard frames. Hit them loss that I had last week. I'm digging in couches for spare change, fit flows and door frames. Dips on the bed things and them lows and bed frames. Loss that I had last week. I'm digging in couches for spare change, float vents and bed frames. Yeah. I'm digging in couches for spare change, and I'm thinking bed frames would also rhyme with that. And that's also another place you could potentially find money. I'm digging in couches for spare change, sock drawers and bed frames. I'm digging in couches for spare change, sock drawers and bed frames. Trying to avenge the loss that I had last week. I'm digging in couches for spare change, sock drawers and bed frames. Hit on the bed claims, so phone the bed tames that I had last week. I'm digging in couches for spare change, sock drawers and bed frames. Get it from the river, the fly for the arcade. I'm digging in couches for spare chains, sock drawers and bed frames. Now I was thinking of an idea about picking up cans on the side of the road. Now, I may reveal I need to go to the arcade at this point. I'm digging in couches for spare change. I haven't said arcade yet, I don't think. No. Because they could think I'm talking about playing on a console. But I want to put arcade in there, which is why I need to get my money up. I may need gas money to pay to get there. Of course, money to play the games and stuff. And I need me about $10 to get me to the arcade. I need me about $10 to get me to the arcade. I'm digging in couches for spare change, sock drawers and bed frames. I need me about $10 to get me to the arcade. Something like that'll be good. I'm digging in couches for spare change, sock drawers and bed frames. I need me about $10 to get me to the arcade. Avenge the loss that I had last week. I'm digging in couches for spare change, sock drawers and bed frames. I need me about $10 to get to the arcade. In flames and sock drawers and bed frames. I need me about $10. I need about $10. Trying to avenge the loss I had last week. In the couches for spare change, sock drawers and bed frames. Need me about $10 to get to the arcade. $10 a week. And then lane, they don't the van blade. Need to get me $10 to get me to the arcade so I can get rid of a bout. I need $10 a week or $10. I need me $10 to get me to the other living in the bed week. Fly phones and spare change, sock drawers and bed frames. I need me $10 to get me to the freaking arcade week. Down the spare change, sock drawers and bed frames. I need me $10 to get me dollars to the head game. Need me to the week. Bed chain, sock drawers and bed frames. Give me $10 to get me up to the arcade. $10 to get me up. I like that. $10 to get me up. Get me an internal rhyme there. Yeah, that's gonna be nice. And fatalities, trying to avenge the loss that I had last week. I'm digging in couches for spare change, sock drawers and bed frames. Need me $10 to get me up to the arcade. And fatalities, trying to avenge the loss that I had last week. I'm digging in couches for spare change, sock drawers and bed frames. Need me $10 to get me up to the arcade. That's the loss that I had last week. I'm digging in couches for spare change, sock drawers and bed frames. I need me $10 to get me up to the arcade. Last week, I'm digging in couches for spare change. Need me $10 to get me up to the arcade. Last week, I'm digging in couches for spare change, sock drawers and bed frames. Need me $10 to get couches for spare change, sock drawers and bed frames. I need me $10 to get me up to the arcade. Spare change, sock drawers and bed frames. I need me $10 to get me up to the arcade. I told my babysitter if it to be part brave, if I want to break up on the rhyme to the buffet. Want $10 to get me up to the arcade. I told my babysitter if you win the pop way, if you got a fight up on the rats on me cockway. Need me $10 to get me up to the arcade. I told my babysitter if she and me I pay. If I win, I'ma take a fly to the buffet. Need me $10 to get me up to the arcade. I told my baby when the Pega in the Mustang. If you out up on the radar, I me cut bang. I need me $10 to get me up to the arcade. I got 5 on the tank to the Mustang. Front to the arcade. I told my babysitter if you with me up thing, I'ma put your $5 in your Mustang. I need me $10 to get me up to the arcade. My babysitter did have a Mustang. It was awesome. I need me $10 to 5.0, shawty. Bucks to get me up to the arcade. I told my babysitter if you take me up, dang, I'ma put $5 in your Mustang. I got that. I just gotta figure out that line before it. I told my babysitter if you take me that thing. I told my babysitter if you drive me up. I asked my babysitter will you take me? She said I'm game. I'ma put $5 in your Mustang. I told my babysitter if you drive me there, ayy. I told my babysitter if you take me today, I'ma put $5 in your Mustang. That gotta work. I told my babysitter if you take me today, I'ma put $5 in your Mustang. Need me $10 to get me up to the arcade. I told my babysitter if you take me today, I'ma put $5 in your Mustang. Up to the arcade. I told my babysitter if you take me today, I'ma put $5 in your Mustang. I told my babysitter if you take me today, I'ma put $5 in your Mustang. To get me up to the arcade. I told my babysitter if you take me today, I'ma put $5 in your Mustang. Alright, now we're going into the last couple of bars, so I need to really switch this rhyme scheme up if I'm going to end like this. The temperature's going up, so you know that it's going down. Temperature, and I'm changing the groove right there, so the temperature's put $5 in your Mustang. I've been all around. I'm from the Wraith and the grave and the Coda Brown. 4 bars from the Brave and the Coda Brown. The temperature's going up, so you know that it's going down. Yeah, that's all I gotta do is just switch it up, follow that groove. I'ma put $5 in your Mustang. Even the Coda Brown. From the Raider, I'm a Coda Brown. I'ma put $5 in your Mustang. She agreed and pulled around. I'm from the Brace and the Lave and the Coda Brown. In your Mustang. She agreed and pulled around. Hit the 5.0, never will get the sound. $5 in your Mustang. She agreed and pulled around. Read the engine up with the 5.0. In your Mustang, she agreed then pulled around, and the 5.0 revving engine will get the sound. $5 in your Mustang, she agreed then pulled around, and the 5.0 revving engine will get the sound. Mustang, you're revving in town, and the 5.0 rev the engine, love the sound. Hot up on the rev. The Mustang, she agreed then pulled around, and the 5.0 rev the engine, love that sound. Hit it from the brake. In your Mustang, she agreed then pulled around, and the 5.0 rev the engine, love that sound. Hot up on the brake from the bride, I love that sound. $5 in your Mustang, she agreed then pulled around, and the 5.0 rev the engine, I love the sound. $5 in your Mustang, she agreed and pulled around, and the 5.0 rev the engine, I love the sound. Hot up on the rave from the rip and I love the sound. The temperature's going up, so the engine, I love the sound. Rev the engine, I love that sound. I love that sound. $5 in your Mustang, she agreed and pulled around, in the 5.0 rev the engine, I love the sound. $5 in your Mustang, she agreed and pulled around, in the 5.0 rev the engine, I love the sound. Hot up on the race, I'ma take it to pull around. The Mustang, she agreed and pulled around, in the 5.0 rev the engine, I love the sound. Hit my homie up, got him heads waiting in town. The temperature's going up, so you know that it's in your Mustang. She agreed and pulled around, in the 5.0 rev the engine, I love the sound. Hit my homie up, told him I'm coming town. The temperature's going up, hit my homie up, told him to meet me in town. Temperature's going up, so you know that it's going down. Yeah, I love that. That's gonna be fire. No pun intended. Day, I'ma put $5 in your Mustang. She agreed and pulled around, in the 5.0 rev the engine, I love the sound. Hit my homie up, told him to meet me in the town. The temperature's going up, so you know that it's going down. Just need to finesse that last Mustang. Pulled around, in the 5.0 rev the engine, I love the sound. Hit my homie up, told him to meet me in the town. The tip $5 in your Mustang, she agreed and pulled around, in the 5.0 rev the engine, I love the sound. Hit my homie up, told him 5 minutes, meet me in town. Hit my homie up, told him to meet me in town. She agreed and pulled around, in the 5.0 rev the engine, I love the sound. Hit my homie up, told him to meet me in town. The temperature's going up, so you know that it's going down. I could do it like that. In your Mustang, she agreed and pulled around, in the 5.0 rev the engine, I love the sound. Hit my homie up, told him to meet me in town. The temperature's going in your Mustang, she agreed and pulled around, in the 5.0 rev the engine, I love the sound. Rev the engine, I love the sound. Hit my homie up, told him to meet me in town. The temperature's going 5.0 rev the engine, I love the sound. Hit my homie up, told him to meet me in town. I like how the beat drops right there too. So right when the beat drops, I pull back a little bit. Told the engine, I love the sound. I hit my homie up, told him to meet me in town. The temperature's going up, so you know that it's going down. I think we got it done. Let me just listen to it all together. I remember back in the day, when I was just a little younger. Before I could drive, I was stuck in a slumber, scheming up ways for me to come up. The year 96 in the mid of the summer. There was something on my heart heavy. Started studying Game Pro MAG for MK3, combos and fatalities. Trying to avenge the loss that I had last week. I'm digging in couches for spare change, sock drawers and bed frames. I need me $10 to get me up to the arcade. I told my babysitter if you take me today, I'ma put $5 in your Mustang. She agreed then pulled around, in the 5.0 rev the engine, I love the sound. I hit my homie up, told him to meet me in town. The temperature's going up, so you know that it's going down. Yeah, that's really good. That one key indicator to me that I got a good verse is when the verse doesn't feel like 16 bars. Granted, this is over 112 BPM, so it's gonna feel shorter because of that. But what I mean is like a very well-written verse doesn't feel like it ever lingers. It's like going somewhere the whole time, so it keeps you invested in listening to it, and so you're incentivized to keep hanging around to see what happens. So I like it. I think it's good. But that's it. That's the whole verse. You can see how chaotic that creative process was. There was so many ideas I had. The way that I approached it, I didn't go like planning everything out from the get-go. I just kind of followed the inspiration. I already had the theme of it obviously being summertime, and I just started scatting, started just getting down ideas, whatever was coming to mind, and then in moments I would take a step back and say, okay, now where is this going? Sometimes I start the songwriting process off there where I'm just planning things out, but I also a lot of times just jump straight in, and I know I can take a step back at any time and think about things and where they're going and kind of take inventory and make sure I'm staying on the right path. But there you go. That is a raw look at writing a verse from zero, from scratch. If you want to like dig deeper into some of the steps you see me taking and stuff, make sure you check out my songwriting series right here on YouTube. It's a must watch for anybody to see the whole process of writing a song all the way through. But this gives you a raw look of writing a verse from scratch, from zero, the whole creative process. This is it. This is what it really looks like behind the scenes when we writing songs and stuff like that, writing verses. So hope you enjoyed this. And if you're new here, before you leave, make sure that you get my free Rap Essentials bundle, which includes the following: the #1 fundamental to rapping ebook, bar sheets to help you improve the structuring of your lyrics, 6 practice instrumentals, which includes dedicated video tutorials, the CMS catalog, which has my favorite studio gear recommendations. Plus, I'll be sharing via email the most essential video tutorials I've made that I recommend every aspiring rapper to watch. These lessons are going to teach you all the core techniques that you need to be a better rapper now. And all of this is 100% free when you join my mailing list via the link in the video description below. Again, my name is ColeMize with ColeMizeStudios.com. And always remember, when it comes to rapping, there's no rules, there's only techniques. Peace. Hey man, you see that subscribe button right there? Kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it. Oh, and don't forget the bell icon. Kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it. Hey, I know you see that like button, right? Kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it. And look at yourself in the mirror and tell yourself, today I'm gonna kill it.